It looks like it's heavy rain. And tonight commentating with me is no other than Merkles. Welcome to the show, Merkles.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Good to be joining you back again.
Thank you. What kind of race are you expecting now? What kind of weekend are you expecting in Spain? We see it's now raining a lot. What would you do in this situation?
I don't know, mate. It depends on what the race saying, isn't it? If the race is rain as well, then let's settle and then just keep going out laps and laps and laps. Put much fuel in.
True. If it's dry race, would you change anything in your setup, even the ballast? Would you lower your ballast? If you know your car is a little bit oversteering in the rain, would you prefer a little bit balanced setup? Or would you keep everything in the same?
I'll just keep everything the same, mate.
Everything the same, not changing anything? No, not even balanced?
Nah, maybe
okay.
The differential.
Differential, yeah. And we have first cars coming out for Tista and Hamilton. Or as he wants to know, Gabriel. We're gonna call him Gabriel.
As well.
We have, well, we can, well, let's see that we don't know what the weather is going to be in the later of the qualification or in the race. But we do know that it's raining now and everybody wants to do a quick laps right now. And we had in Division 1, we had rain in Spain and it was a nightmare, if you remember. Exactly the same conditions, it's not easy to drive. Virgos, are you with me?
Yeah, mate, I'm just sending them the links in the chat.
Alright, yes, I'm gonna... Nobody's in a fast lap yet. All of the drivers are in out lap. Only Kevin and Scuba on the pits. Everybody else is on the track at the moment and wet tires.
If I was people, I'd be filling up with fuel, trying to keep going around, trying to find where the time is. There's quite a people on not a lot of fuel.
Yeah, and I want to hear your...
I would have about 8 laps, and to be honest, and there you go,
yes. I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear your opinion. We all raced here in the rain in qualification. Is it hard or is it easy in Spain? For me, it was very hard.
It is hard. I was practicing. I was doing a bit of rain. I did a rain race around here before, and it's very difficult. Is what I'd say.
Sorry to interrupt, but Gabriel is in a lap now, and I do agree on that.
Yeah, I'd like to see what he's like in the rain, to be honest.
He's no assist. It's very difficult under braking, keeping your car under control. It's difficult enough with traction, and when you use no traction, it's completely different level. You need to have twice the practice what other guys will have.
Yeah, people with no traction control are going to struggle. So.
But we know that Gabriel is fast anyways, maybe it's not gonna bother him. We know that he's fast. And we have yellows to 63, somebody's gone wide, I don't see anybody
with a massive queue.
But like Gabriel went out, he was the first car to go out and he was very smart. He doesn't have any like traffic ahead, he has a very clean track. And I'm gonna go to TV pod with him. Wanna see is he gonna make any mistakes. Into this corner section he's locking up, but we know that's his trademark. It's very difficult not to lock up.
Sorry.
Bless you. We'll see. He's coming
very
to the...
intensive on the throttle. Just
well, you have to
feathering it around.
And now he's coming to the tricky chicane. You know, it's easy to go wide in this section of the track. He seems to survive it brilliantly. I don't think that's a corner cut because the game doesn't give you for that. A little bit maybe extended track limits, but not that much. And he does a 132.1. We have to see what others can do. Bautista is coming to the last corner as he goes wide. He's probably going to lose to Gabriel about around the 5/10 of 1 second. As Bautista goes in second, Lennon goes in second. Lennon, second place with 133.8. Still a lot of Gabriel, but it's good for Lennon at this point. As Morocco boy,
lap compared to everyone else. Jesus.
And Maddie Soddens does a 133.8.
Yeah, Matty is cooking Matty likes the rain.
Still over 1 second to everybody else, like you said, it's very impressive. And Kadimir scores the fifth, aka Morocco boy.
Yeah.
Let's see, Kevin.
I expect.
We have Biscuit.
A lot of different.
Sorry to interrupt, but Biscuit is coming to the last corners. He seems to... Oh, he loses a little bit of car, a little bit drifting. We'll see, he does a 133.3. Still... I'll be talking about pole position now, because now it's 1.2 seconds. If the weather is not gonna change drastically, we may see the pole position. We have Kevin, we have
That is ridiculous. On your first lap as well.
and Impulsive Racer does 133.3, which moves him to P3 at the moment. And we have Kevin and Scuba, who are still
across
on
the
the lap.
line.
And Scuba goes
36th.
6th.
Kevin as well, coming for the last sector.
And quickly, we need to see our cameras. He's the Ferrari, German in the Ferrari. His season has been up and down. He had a very good opening of the season, but now he's been a little bit struggling. A little bit issues with his
Oh, that's a big corner cut.
Yeah, and he goes
Yeah,
to the pits. That was invalidated lap. But it's so difficult to get the braking right in the chicane. In the dry, it's more difficult in the rain. Do we have people improving the laps? We have three comments.
Is sit behind Sherwood at the moment.
Yeah. We have a Dutch supporter here. We have a Hamnes supporter who's wrote Faka Hamnes. I guess it means good luck Hamnes or something else in Dutch. But B Smooth is okay. He's in out lap. He's already.
To be fair, from 2nd to 14th, it's under a second. It's just Gabriel's ridiculously quick.
We know he will be racing. He will be racing with us next season, so we have to put our A game on.
Sal down there 19th. Matty, internet struggles.
And Tekken goes to P2.
So
Sorry to interrupt, but Tekken takes 2nd place, and we know Tekken is very fast in the rain. I remember when I was racing with him, he took pole position in rain in Australia. So we know he's very, very fast in the rain conditions.
You reckon anyone's going to go on the inters and try their work?
Well, if there's only like 2-second gap, 2-second difference between the tires, I might see somebody trying it. If somebody knows the track, it might a little bit get better. We might see 3-4 people trying the intermediate strategy. And we have a Ferrari immediately going out. Gabriel, he wants to make a better lap. He wants to a showcase to our people, I think. But Gabriel, if you would put Gabriel and Good Aids to the same line, who would win?
Scuba's on 2nd, mate. I completely forgot to see that one.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't notice that 133 point flat, 9/10 from Gabriel. Do we have anybody else? We have Impulsive Racer who's coming to in the end of sector 2. He goes a little bit wide in that race, so that's his his stint over. He's not race already, we're not in the race yet, but we have Scuba, he's in lane mix, so he's not going to improve. We have Gabriel in outlap. Do we have anybody else? We have B Smooth. He's running out of fuel. I don't know, he's in a flying lap.
He's not a big fan of the rain. B Smooth he does not like the rain at all.
Oh, that's the same. He's going out, so
he's going for it.
It's going to be very limited. Is he going to run out of fuel or not? He's going to do 133.2, which moves him to P4.
He had 74 time in and he ran out of fuel.
I don't think he has any more time to his improve, so his qualifying is over. Let's see where it's going to, in the end, move him.
Gabriel about to start his lap.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Here it comes.
Maybe the next big thing in this game is went ahead in all 3 esports qualification events. He's been in every single one in top 10, so we'll see what he's going to be able to do. He's going to be able to improve his lap time, and Maddie is back. Maddie still has time to go from the pits, take the new tires, and do another lap. As Gabriel does a 25.4, improving his first sector time, remember, by a couple of tenths. So he's going to even be doing better lap time than he is now.
It's not looking ridiculous already.
He's pushing a lot. He's not giving up. He's giving everything. Yeah, he's drift. Yeah, I see the gears. How he's. Well, we know that he's no assist user, so he has to drive a little bit differently than everybody else. As he loses the car completely. And then we have a 5th commenter. We have a Finnish fan.
Got no fuel. I think force will be good enough. I reckon you have a lot of people.
Yep, we'll see. Can Gabriel keep it on the track in the end of stages? He's coming to the tricky chicane where the braking is very hard. He locks up his tires, but nothing too major. He cuts a little bit the corner. Doesn't seem like a corner cutting penalty because he's continuing his lap to the end. We'll see. He's going to be improving 1:31.8.
Oh,
That's a very good lap time from Gabriel.
that is.
We'll see. Can anybody else can
Matt,
challenge
Matt's
that?
over the line. Oh,
See, where's Maddie?
he's starting his lap, I think.
He's starting. We'll see. Tekken is finishing his lap. Don't interrupt, but Gabriel retires. He's not going to be able to improve anymore. We'll see. Is that going to be enough for pole position? Tekken is coming to the tricky chicanes. Like I said before, it's very tricky to handle this corner. If you go wide a little bit, you're losing so much time. And he's starting his lap. Apologies to everybody. We'll come follow somebody else. Matt, he starts his lap. We'll see. Is anybody else close to finishing a lap? We have Sean, aka Lukian. We have Sean. Sean is finishing his lap. We'll see where he can go. He's been very consistent this year. Can he take pole position? Can he take P2, P3? He moves to P2, 132.9. Brilliant lap by Sean. Really brilliant from the Dutch Lion. We'll see. Can Jakey Boy improve? He's starting his lap. And Palovic, aka Sao Paulo, went P3 with a time of 133 point flat. We have a Tekken.
I'm gonna watch him.
Yeah, what's Tekken? I'm gonna. And we have Mocha Boy, who's improving by 64,000 after the first sector. Fertista doesn't improve. Is anybody else close to finishing a lap? We have Scuba in his out lap. We have Tekken coming to sector 2. Oh, he goes a little bit wide. I'll follow him. Is he improving his lap? No, it doesn't say to me anything. Is it improving or not? We'll have to see in the end. And there's yellows in sector 1. Somebody's gone wide. And we have Matt, who goes P2 with a time of 132.7. 132.7. Brilliant lap, which moves him to P2. Can take pole position. We know he's very good in rain. He loses his car a little bit. Can he survive the tricky chicane? He doesn't go wide, he takes it smoothly. And Tekken, he's coming towards the final straight, and he's gonna do 134 flat. He doesn't improve his lap time.
Not a good lap at all. Whiskey.
We have.
I've heard from the man himself that he loves the track.
And now we have, sorry to input and drop, but Chad is in the final corners. He's coming to the chicane. Can he improve? Can he get himself to top 10? The house driver. It's been up and down season for him so far, so we'll see. Is the lady luck going to be on his side now? He's going to do 133.4 and he goes speed 12. We have Matty Suddens, who's coming towards the chicane also. He loses his car a little bit, the rear snaps on him a little bit before the chicane. He a little bit cuts the corner, but I don't know is that a corner cutting penalty or not. We have to see, is he's still not abandoning his lap. He's gonna do 133.2 and he goes P10, he goes top 10. And we have Scuba still.
Impulsive. Goes third.
Let's see, impulsive, brilliant lap. He's coming to the chicane. Oh, he cuts a little bit, but we'll see so many times that you don't get a penalty for that, so.
Lennon, P6.
And Scuba, 132.2.
He cuts the corner.
He would have taken P2, that's a big shame. But that's our final grid. We have Gabriel on pole, Matt in second and Jakey Boy in third. After a long break, Jakey Boy takes top 3, third place in qualification. Very good comeback from him after a long break. So the qualifying was as expected, as we thought. Gabriel taking pole and everybody else coming. So the grid was Gabriel, Matt, Jakey Boy, that's the top 3. Impulsive Racer, Olukian, Lennon, Pavlovic, Scuba, Marocco Boy, Tekken, that's the top 10. Be Smooth, Maddie Suddens, Whisket, Kevin, Charged, Alexi, Spugovato, Fertista, Storm, and Hamnes, that's your whole grid. A little bit surprised, not many surprises. Maybe that Jakey Boy is third place and Impulsive Racer is fourth place, that was a little bit surprising for me. But what are you expecting from the race?
I'm kind of hoping it's raining in the race, because I want to see, because it's going to be a boring one-stop if not. Fresh tyres, mediums to hards, or whatever they're going to try and do, soft to hards. So, it's dry, so it's looking like there's no clouds about, so it's probably a boring one-stop for us then today.
We might see people from taking from softs to mediums, pitting on lap 13, lap 14, and taking the mediums to the end on lap 15. And it's like you said, sun
Yeah,
is
it's
high.
soft to hard plus soft to medium. It depends on how good you are on it
But
all.
easy one stop, definitely easy one stop. And watching the comments, we have Lana Basin, we have a few Finnish supporters, we have a few Dutch supporters. The race is about to start. Hopefully, we don't have a first corner incident. As we saw in Division 3, a little bit reckless driving. Hopefully, these Division 2 drivers will show us professional driving. And we will cover the back, I will cover the front. As the race is about to start in 4 seconds, the drivers are lining up to the grid. And the Charlie is giving the permission to start the 5 lights. I'm gonna follow the pole position guy. In broadcast mode, we have 5 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go to round 16 in Spain, TUF Division 2, and there was a little bit of lag. Matt challenges Gabriel to the first corner. Matt lost his lead, and Jakey Boy is gonna maybe try it in the middle, take all the positions. He's gonna dive bomb the P1 Matt. No, it seems like Matt. And it seems like Matt tries to take his P1 back from Matt, and it's they're side by side with Matt and Gabriel. Who's gonna take the position? Who's gonna give up? It looks like Matt a little bit pushes Gabriel wide. They go side by side still for P1. This is crucial for Matt. That is going to make P1.
There's a big crash in McLaren. Kevin and Whiskey both gone.
Right.
That's
a big shame. That's a big shame. That's their race over, but it. With the start, Gabriel lost his first place, and he kept his P1 still. And Matt.
He's alright, he hasn't got damage. But Whiskey, Kevin does.
And now you can see the train behind Gabriel. There's a 10-man train. Everybody's trying the maneuvers on each other. It looks like a little bit very. And we have Impossible Racer, the German guy who's trying the maneuver on Matt. Matt does a switch back and he takes the position back. We have two Torossos following Renault. Gabriel is a little bit running away with the Ferrari.
Renault's on the mediums. He's going to be slower.
I apologize. I need to put the tires. How can I put it? There we go. There we go.
So he's got 4 people on the fresh softs. He's going to be a lot slower.
Yeah, I see that, and now we have Matt struggling a little bit, making a mistake in the last turn. Is the Toros of Impossible Racer?
I've just seen Jakey Boy just follow in the air. He needs to move though.
Oh yeah, I see that. Will Balavana follow the battle for P2, and there's a big crash between Matt and Impossible Racer. Impossible Racer pushing Matt wide from the corner. Ridiculous dive bomb from Impossible Racer, as he will probably getting a penalty for that. Pushing Matt out and ruining his race, making Matt lose many positions now. Yeah, he will be very furious, but we have Lennon in third place. We have two Torosso drivers in second and third. What an impressive race this is. And we have TUF Palwitz following the boat. Torosso drivers, we have Olukian following him. Kadimes in mediums, having a brilliant pace so far. And Scuba following him. Madison is in 8th. Beastmood 9, Charles in 10th. Sprugovato following him. We have brilliant battles going on. We have Sprugovato trying to maneuver on Beastmood. Beastmood is on Hearts, and I apologize that Sprugovato is trying on Charles. Sprugovato on Charles, and there's a big crash between Torosso. Sprugovato goes out. He goes out. He's out of the race. He made a own mistake.
I don't know what happened there. Oh, there's a move on the inside. Alex, he's took that.
He's going to be very pissed about that. I don't know, didn't make a mistake. And we have Hamnes. Tekken losing many positions. Tekken goes wide. Tekken has a puncture on his car. He's just lost a little bit of front wing. I was too excited about that. Gabriel does the fastest lap of 131.0. We have Bismuth pitting. Bismuth is pitting, so his race is over. He's probably changing his one wing. Let's see what Taz is going to go on. And we have Chris Logan said that Sprugovato lost in the curb. And yeah, for me, since these guys' races are over. We still have two Torossos following each other, and Lennon, brilliant to see after a very difficult season, saying about he getting demoted Division 3, and now he's in the podium. But we have Gabriel, who has already 3.3 second gap to Impulsive Racer, who is in P2. So it looks like Gabriel is running away with things. But can anybody challenge the top podium? Don't adjust your TV sets, because this is TUF TV. We're on lap 3. We have very interesting race, and Kevin receives 5 second stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And I can officially say now, Kevin is out of the championship fight. Kevin is officially out from the championship fight. That's a big shame, as we see that this championship is between Scuba and Whisket, and Scuba is at the moment in P6. And we have Yellows in Sector 3, who went out. It looks like nothing major. Yeah, Kevin's car. And where's Whisket? Where's Scuba? This is interesting for championship fight. Scuba is in P7, Whisket P14, so Scuba will be taking the lead back from Whisket in the championship. As the yellows in sector 1 again, big mistakes from the drivers. But nobody's losing a position, so it looks pretty fine. We have a three-car battle for P6. We have Maddie, Scuba and Kadimias fighting for positions. We have to wait until Scuba makes a position on Cad, then we'll see that Maddie will do a position maneuver on Scuba. And we have still Lennon. Lennon is going to be very impatient soon because Sao Paulo is chasing him behind. Sao Paulo is watching him like a prey.
Teammates.
Yeah, impossible racer and Lennon are teammates. Sao Paulo is in Force India, Lennon in for Torosso. Is Lennon gonna let him pass or is he gonna fight the steward? It might be a very risky to fight the steward if something's gonna happen to him. Like in Godfather movie there is a saying, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. You let me go, I won't give you a penalty. We'll see he's gonna try to maneuver on it. We'll see he's gonna try to maneuver on this.
Oh, close to the door.
It's too close. It's very impossible to make maneuver here. We have battles everywhere in the track. We have two Saubers fighting. We have two Rossos fighting. We have Force India fighting. We have Mercedes fighting. We have everybody fighting except the leader. And now Scuba is very impatient now. He's going to make the move on cutting edge. No, he's not. He's going to wait under the straight line. Now he will get the DRS. He's going to be able to make the maneuver stick when he opens his DRS. He's very close. Is he going to be able to follow in the dirty air? Yes, he is. We'll go on board with Scuba on the TV pod. And he opens his DRS, but is the straight line speed going to be enough to go back to TV pod to see the better view in HD?
He's struggling.
He has the better line. Is Scuba going to try it? No, he doesn't want to make any mistakes, but now we have Maddie.
He needs to be careful.
We have now Maddie.
He's not afraid to have a look down the inside. He's known for DK.
Yeah, now Scuba a little bit loses time to Kadimias. Maybe Maddie can try to maneuver here. No, he's not. He's going to be waiting for a better chance. And now we have Pavlovic. We have... sorry, are we gonna call him Pavlovic or Sao Paulo? Let's call him Pavlovic. And Pavlovic is pressuring on Lennon, waiting on Lennon to make a mistake. But Lennon is experienced driver. He's a race winner from Austria last season. He knows that to keep your position, you can't make any mistakes. He just has to continue how he's driving now. But Pavlovic gets DRS. Is he gonna be dive bombing him up the inside? No, he's not. He's gonna wait until a better line moment.
This is a bit of a weird one. This is our ex-teammates.
Ex-teammates, so they might be playing. Yeah.
Lennon being your ex-teammate, Calvi and Moore, comes out.
Yeah. I don't know what battle to follow. There's a big three-car battle between P6, but then we have a battle for podium.
Is in a Sauber sandwich.
Oh my God, he's so. If I would be Irish car, I would be very impatient. If I was in Scuba's shoes, he offers his DRS. But he doesn't have the straight line speed. Kadimias has brilliant straight line speed. He's able to keep Scuba behind in the straight. Is he going to be able to make the stick? No. He's losing time in straight line. And he's Maddie going to try and Scuba. No, he's not. And following Sao Paulo and Lennon. This battle is not going anywhere.
Charge is capturing Maddie. We have him behind for his
so we have a fourth car in this barbecue party. And now Scuba is looking up the inside, but he backs out. He sees that, no, there's not the best chance yet. Let's be patient. Slow and steady, gets it ready. We'll see when the Scuba is going to make the maneuver stick. Maddie is following Scuba, and now we have Charles joining the party, and a Williams driver up, Hannes of Dutch Lion. We'll see who's going to win the position, who's going to get P6.
Scuba gets a great drive out of there.
And he's going to try the maneuver on Heikki Kolavainen's corner. No, he's not. He's backing out. That would be a very big risk, but now he's going to close up the inside. Or not, but Scuba is looking up the inside. He's waiting. And Maddie has to be careful. Maddie has to be very careful. He has to just wait. What will Scuba and Kadimias do? He has to wait. And Scuba is lagging for me a little bit and losing a little bit of time to Kadimias now. And now we have Charles right behind Maddie. But now and we have to remember that Scuba and Kadimias are on medium, so there are time differences. And now Charles is behind him, and now Scuba is behind Kadimias. Don't know what battle to follow. It's like a game of chess. You have a soldier in white, you have soldier in left.
Can't leave this 5-1 train.
Yeah, there's a Cuddy train now. But these guys, Charles is very smart driver. He's waiting what the cars ahead are doing, but the cars ahead are doing are nothing. So it's gonna be very big train soon. Which will be lovely to see, and we have 5 cars following each other, all led by Kadimias, the Finnish Sauber driver. Last finish our driver was Kimi Räikkönen, and he closes the racing line on. And now Karimies is doing a brilliant job with mediums. He goes a little bit wide, he has to watch Scuba behind, but he's losing so much time defending these cars, but of course he's fighting for position, he's not going to give up. We'll see Karimies is driving brilliantly, he's going to be making mistake in this corner section, Heikki Kovalainen's corner, Scuba follows him to the end. Now I think the move is going to be stick, it's going to be like Terminator said, hasta la vista baby. And they go side by side. But Karimies has the better line. Oh, Karimies a little bit pushing wide. Scuba but nothing major. Travis racing.
Oh, Matty behind's lost it a bit.
But Karimies driving brilliantly under pressure. He's like a iceman. He's like brilliantly.
You got 4 drivers behind him.
Yeah, brilliant driving from Karimies.
He can't make a mistake here.
Yeah, but I've never seen Karimies driving so well under pressure. It's brilliant to see. And now he makes a mistake when adjusting. And now. I just jinxed him. And now Pavlovic overtook Lennon, so that battle is over. Now I'm following Scuba and Karimies. And now Scuba is not going to try to maneuver yet, he's losing too much on a straight line. We have to wait where this battle will go. Will Charles to Maddie, Hamnes, anybody make a maneuver?
Matty is left the grass.
And now Scuba has the inside line. Is Scuba going to overtake Karimies? Karimies will try and fight him to the end, and he's skipping his position on the outside, side by side racing. This is real racing, and now Karimies going to keep the position still. They go side by side. Karimies a little bit pushing wide. No, he's not. He does side by side, and Karimies keeping the position.
Driving. That is very nice driving.
That's brilliant driving. That's very, very professional driving. That is real racing. Karimies is very hard to overtake in this track. I know he's very hard to overtake, but in this track it's impossible. And nothing.
He's struggling though through that right-hander. Scuba's got a lot better drive than him. Scuba.
And now Scuba is trying it anyway. And now Maddie goes wide, so Charles takes his position. So Maddie is gone from this battle, and Hamnes going to overtake him.
As well.
Now he's in the position.
I don't know why you're trying it there, to be honest.
And now we have still Scuba behind of Karimies, and it's like a game of chess. You have to wait what maneuver your opponent is going to make. Is he going to move the queen, or is he going to move the king? If he moves the king, it's checkmate and hasta la vista. And we'll see, he opens his DRS again. But he's losing too much on the straight, and Charles may be attacking Scuba. That will leave Karimies a little bit of breathing space, but he's smart driver, he waits. And now we have Hamnes and Maddie Sutton fighting with each other.
Yeah.
Hamnes way doesn't make the maneuver stick. He tried, but he had to back out.
Scuba's got a lot better drive out through there.
But again, Karimies is gonna dive again and
gives him enough room.
Yeah, the brilliant racing. We're gonna and now Karimies goes wide. Karimies has spun after a good race again. So unlucky, but brilliant racing from both of these drivers. Neither of them gave up, but now Scuba is in P6, and Karimies can say that without any major incidents, major crashes, internet losses, crashes, his race in the points might be over. But I will never say, I'm not going to jinx it or anything. We'll have to see how he's going to come back from that. But now we will see. But that was easily one of the best moments in this season between two drivers. That's, in my book, really good racing. And we have still Lennon following Pavlovic.
Yeah.
So
they're not sticking with them. I think they're catching Impulse Racer as well.
Yeah, but same for Karimies. He was driving a brilliant race. Now he's in P14 with the rest of the guys, with Wisked and Stormy and Ferratista. And now when there's nothing going on, I forgot to read the championship standings. I'm gonna go to the chat. There we go. The championship standings are as follows. Wisked leads the championship to Scuba by 6 points.
Wisked pits in, mate.
Yeah, Wisked leads Scuba, and gap between them is 6 points, and Matt is 27 points behind them, and P4 is Brandon, P5 Kevin, Gabriel 6th, Sean 7th, Tekken 8, Charles 9th, and Obese in 10th place, so still. But Gabriel
and Lennon are catching Impulse.
But sorry to interrupt, but Gabriel has still a chance to win the World Championship, or Division 2 Championship. He's only 67 points behind, and Wisked is P14. So he's going to be catching 25 points to Wisked, and he's going to be, at the moment, catching 17 points to Scuba. So he's still in a championship fight. It would be brilliant to see if Gabriel would win the championship after he came, after 10 races to this division. And now we have Impulse Racer fitting in lap 11. He will be taking hearts and going to the end.
Yeah, that could play into the hands of Pavlovic and Lennon, probably go into the mediums.
And Impossible Racer takes the hearts and goes to the end. We have Lennon who's 4 tenths behind Pavlovic. Both of these drivers
just came out behind a three-man train.
We'll see. I'm gonna follow him. How he's gonna be able. Yeah. Yeah, but he still has time to Alexi over 4 seconds to the next car, so Impossible Racer will have a clean track for a couple of laps. And we know that
they're very impressive, Lennon.
Yeah, he's very impressive after almost like a couple of points only from this season. He's doing a race of the season so far.
Yeah, he hasn't turned up lately, but he's turned up now.
Yeah, but as we saw from Kadimis, he was doing a race of the season so far, but then he made all mistake and crashed out. We have to make sure that Lennon has to make sure he doesn't make the same mistake. He's not going to make driver mistake, and we have Gable pitting. Gable is pitting, where he's going to rejoin. It looks like he's going to rejoin in P5 behind Scuba, I think. We'll see, and he goes.
So follows, and Lennon stayed out. This could get interesting.
And sorry to interrupt, but yeah, Pavlovic took a 5-second stop and go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So he's going to be very angry of that. Let's see where Gable is rejoining in 2nd place. At the moment, he's going to be able to rejoin ahead of Scuba.
Crucial. The Sal, everyone's coming behind that train of Alex and Ferrarista. Ferrarista's looking at Hamras.
And Impulsive Racer keeps his position in 2nd.
Oh, Sal's lost it. Sal's struggling on them hards.
Yeah, it takes time to it takes time to heat up the tires. It will be a couple of laps. But now we have Impulsive Racer who is 2.6 seconds ahead of Sao, so he made a little bit of undercut on him. He was ahead, but still he gained a little bit of time.
Yeah, and that pressure tires though, but he has got a 4-second penalty.
Yeah, Pavlovic, yes, he's gonna, so he's either gonna serve it in the end of the race or 5 seconds are gonna be added to him in the end of the race. But he still has all the possibilities to the podium if he has the pace-wise. And now the big train is coming. There's a big boss ahead. I think Sao and Impulsive Race are just hoping when are these drivers gonna pit. They're like, but most of these drivers are on hards. So it's like, yeah, you have to get ahead of Alexi and Fertista. And now Lennon is pitting. We'll see where Lennon is gonna rejoin. He will be taking hard tires. And where is Lennon gonna rejoin? Lennon is gonna rejoin right behind of Pavlovic, I think. Or he's gonna rejoin ahead of him. It's gonna be very close. And yes, he rejoins behind him, but we have to remember the 5-second stop and go penalty. And we have Impulsive Racer going side by side with Fertista. And Impulsive Racer overtakes Fertista brilliantly on that corner with the name I do not know. Or, yeah, I'm just gonna say it's a corner. I don't think it has any special names. And now next up is Alexi, and both Alexi and Fertista were in top 10 in Spain esports qualification event. A little word for that for them, as we are driving in Spain. And Impulsive Racer, he has now Alexi. Alexi, we know he's not the most easiest guy to overtake. He has that Italian passion, that Latino heat in his heart, like Eddie Guerrero in WWE in 2002, in 2005. That's the same person they both have, and Alexi is gonna let him go. No, he's Impulsive Racer is not gonna try to maneuver yet. He's waiting for the DRS. He's waiting for the straight to make the easy, safe maneuver, so you won't lose your front wing. Now we have like a dog following a cat. We know that the cat is scared. The dog wants to have catch lunch. We know that Garfield hates Mondays. Maybe Alexi hates one tires. And now Impulsive Racer is gonna open the DRS. He's gonna close down on the straight. He will have the braking advantage. He has the tire advantage. He has every single advantage. He should be able to make the maneuver now, and Alexi should not be blocking him so much. But this is racing, we never know. And Impulsive Racer scores on the dive. And we've got TV pod, I will see better, and Alexi's not giving up, but he has to. He has a little bit 1000, brilliant maneuver from Impulsive Racer, but he lost a little bit of time, but not much. He's secured in P2 at the moment. As Gabriel...
Maccabee on B3, if I can say his name then, oh, there's a touch.
Yeah. Oh, and Ooh, Malco Boy or Kadimies. Let's
Matty
just
just
call it
came back
Kadimies.
behind it and he's on a lot fresher tyres. Watch
Oh,
this.
and Maddie and Kadimies goes wide for Maddie and Kadimies. Oh,
Oh,
Kadimies!
whatever boys done. Did he do it?
Oh,
Obviously just lost it. He didn't mean to swipe at him.
yeah, that's a big
That
save.
is a...
But Kadimies, if you're listening to the stream, don't give up. Just drive to the end. We saw in Brazil, he almost took points. You never know what's gonna happen in the race. And now we have Maddie who took 3 P10 position from Kadimies, and now we have Maddie catching beast mode, and we have Palovic who overtook Spartista. Great overtake on the corner in then, and now he has to overtake Alexi next. Alexi not the easiest car to overtake, as I said. He was fighting greatly Impulsive Racer, but he's gonna fight the same way Palovic, the steward. It might be a different thing when the judge, jury and the executioner is behind you, the man who can give you a little injection after the race. It might not be wise to make him pissed. We'll see if Palovic going to be able to make easy overtake on Alexi or not, but Alexi is still behind the Impulsive Racer, although Impulsive Racer has fresher tires, but we know that hards, when they worn out, they will only become faster. We know that, we both know that. And yeah, we're just waiting for the last laps, we're waiting for the strategies, and we have a decent amount of battles. We have Maddie following Brandon, we have Lennon Sao Paulo fight, and we have Mokuba who took 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. So he just got a corner and get a 10 seconds. Now we have Maddie who's right behind Brandon. Both of these drivers are very clean and very fast. They will show a lot of respect to each other. I know they're both driving smartly over the season, but Maddie, as I've not said before, he's had a very unlucky season. Well, some mistakes are his, but a lot of the drivers, so I'm actually hoping that he gets a few points now and he's gonna be happy. And we have still TUF Palovic behind Alexi in the McLaren. He's still gonna continue 4 or 5 laps until he's gonna pit, and Palovic goes a little bit wide, maybe because of the dirty air or not, who knows. And he opens his DRS, but he's not going to be close enough. And there's Alexi actually keeping up with Impossible Racer still, and we have Brandon pitting. We have Brandon pitting now. Let's see what Taz is going to take. I probably think he's going to take mediums. Now if he took 16 laps with softs, he's going to be taking mediums. Or he's done the 2 stops, I'm not so sure. But that's going to move him to behind Stormy maybe. We have still Sao Paulo behind, TUF Palovic behind Alexi. And
yeah, I expect him to have a look.
Yeah. TUF Palovic, he wants to make the maneuver stick quickly because he knows he has the 5-second stop and go, and he's losing.
Yeah, that's going to be a big issue.
Yeah, maybe if he gets past Alexi, he might pull away from Lennon, but he's only like 2.4 seconds behind TUF Palovic, so it's going to be very difficult for him, and Palovic losing the car everywhere. It's the no traction and dirty air combined with each other.
Scuba's in.
Yeah, he's in. He's going to be taking... Scuba's in. At this time, 17 so hard tires at the moment. He can't take softs to the end. There's no way 16 laps with those tires. It's gonna be a big struggle in the end. And he takes hards as I expected. That there's yellows in sector 1. We are already in sector 1, so it's nobody from the front making a mistake. And now we have...
Sal can't get by average.
No, he can. So Alex is way too quick in the straights. But he just has to wait. He has to make the maneuver in corners, or then he just has to wait when Alexi goes to pits. But then it can be too late.
Makes a mistake. Where did Scuba come off? Okay.
Scuba came out in P8.
He's on very.
And we have somebody going wide. Somebody's going wide. It's a lapped car. It's Marco Boy, aka Kadimies, who is now in P17. It looked very good race for him, but again, something happened. And Palovic is now wide behind our opposite DRS. It should be his maneuver. And Alexi closes the inside line. Alexi closes the inside line, but he's going to be able to overtake on the outside line. No, he's not. He has to wait until the straights again. Or the mistake is going to the corner. He has to beat the line. And brilliant overtake from Palovic. And Alexi does her own mistake. I saw he didn't even touch him. It's his own mistake. He tried to go side by side with him, and yeah, jokes on him.
Yeah, I think
he loses so many
Palovic has got a better drive.
Yeah.
Just about tyres really out the corner.
Better traction, better tires, everything, and now he can move on his race. Now we have Lennon behind Furtista, and Lennon has to make a quick maneuver on Furtista if he wants to keep up with Sal. These drivers are very good. They're driving brilliantly on the old tires. I have to say about that. So they might be getting a good points, both Alexi and Furtista, even though Alexi made a big mistake. Still continuing, and Karimir is getting another 10-second time penalty. And now Lennon thought about it. He thought about it, but no, he's waiting on the better chance. There's not many spots to overtake, and as I said, no, he didn't try it. There are only a couple of places where you can overtake. The corner where Palovic overtook, and then the straight line. The two straight lines, main straight line and the short straight line where they're coming now, after the corner of Heikki Kovalainen. We all remember what happened in 2008. Heikki Kovalainen had a major crash. Luckily nothing major happened in that day. But now Lennon is going to try to maneuver on Furtista. Yes, he is. He goes wide. He lost a little bit time. He lost time. He lost so much time by doing that. But he had to go for the maneuver. That's what racing driver does. That's what's in the blood of racing driver. The adrenaline.
To be in this lap on next.
Next lap. If he wants to take softs, he has to do one more lap. 14 laps is, well, yeah, he's staying on. Maybe 13 laps with softs is a little bit better, and Lennon makes a little bit mistake, but he has the tire advantage. And we have a Whiskett who took Charleston Hamnes. I didn't see that, but I saw it on in the left. The position changings, and Hamnes is losing a lot of positions, maybe on mistake. And we have Lennon still, who doesn't want to make maneuver. I understand him. He's had an awful season. He doesn't want to lose an end plate off one wing, but now he's so close. He might maybe try to maneuver. No, he's not trying in there. He's still waiting for Furtista to pit. And now Lennon is gonna fake the maneuver. No, he's not. He's waiting still. It's surprisingly difficult to overtake here. If you have a little bit less downforce, it's almost impossible to overtake. Then you have to take a little bit risks with the overtakes. Try it in the corners, try to push wide or something. That's the only option. Now Lennon makes a little bit mistakes. He loses his black back end. He's gonna try to maneuver now. No, he's not.
No, it's just the way it's pits in, I think.
Yeah, Furtista is
probably. Need to be careful though. But I think Sharon, he's in P4 and Sharon's basically in P5, so Sharon's 7 seconds off him. He just needs to maintain that gap now. And P4 is a big result.
Yes,
it's a very good exit.
Furtista's not pitting. Nice exit. He's not pitting. And the opposite DOS. Furtista is waving a little bit, and but now he's close enough. Now he's moving up the inside.
Yeah.
I don't understand what Furtista side by side. Oh, they go side by side, and Furtista goes a little bit wide, but that Furtista took it too much. He wasn't fighting for position with Lennon, so very good overtake from Lennon in my opinion. Now it's 3 seconds.
He did tap him off the track, but
yeah, but they weren't fighting for positions. The other one doesn't have a pit stop, and the other one has. You're not fighting for positions. You take your position and you move on. That's it. That's tough, but good racing. And Furtista didn't give up either. So, in my maneuver, very good. In my opinion, very good move. And now he's 3.1 seconds behind Palovic. If he's 5.1, I think Palovic takes podium. Am I correct? Oh wait, oh yeah, you get added plus 5 seconds if you don't serve it. And
yeah.
Marco Boy receives
there you go, Marco, speeding in pit lane.
Yeah, he has over 35 seconds worth of penalties. I've been calculating a little bit, so his race is definitely over. And now we have Scuba, who's behind Sean. This is a battle for P7. Both of these drivers have pitted, and both these drivers are going to the end with the same amount of tires.
Yeah, this is for position. I think this is for fifth, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and if you're just joining to a race, do not adjust your TV sets. We're on lap 21 out of 33, and the order you see now is almost what it is going to be in the end. We have Furtista and Alexi, who's still not done a pit stop, but Gabriel has just been running away with things, 18 seconds to P2. And we have had a brilliant fight for P3 and P4, and we had Kadimias in P6 one moment, but he made a big mistake. There was a brilliant fight between Scuba and Kadimias, and now we have a big fight coming out between Scuba and Olukian. The Scuba takes the inside line, but is Olukian going to give up? No, he's not. They go side by side. Scuba leaves a little bit, leaves enough space, and Sean Is he gonna? He's
Jones
pushing
still
a little
there.
bit wide. It does a little bit tires, but nothing major. They go still side by side. This is really good to see. And who's gonna take the position? And it's Sean still. He's not giving. Oh, and a little bit of touch, little bit of love making, little bit of love making in that corner.
I think that's just a bit of lag, to be honest.
Well, I agree. And now is Scuba gonna try up the inside? No, he's not. He respects Sean enough, so he won't try the maneuver here. But you're racing, you need to take a position. You're not here to make friends. You have to, if you're gonna make the overtake stick, you have to make it stick. You have to take a position in the track. And but still, good racing is good racing, of course. Scuba losing a bit of time in the chicane. We know that it's very difficult to follow, and as Matty takes 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, we have Scuba opening his DRS on Sean. He opens the DRS, he's closing down, using the slipstream, but he's not able to make the maneuver yet. And as Marco Boy takes another 3-second time penalty.
First, and Lennon is still quite close.
And now Scuba tries the maneuver. He touched a little bit of back end again of Sean, and they go again side by side. It's very difficult to take up the inside line in this corner because now we have Marco Boy.
That's Marco Boy. He's just gone out in front of him.
Marco Boy, yeah.
Done it again.
Yeah, so I'm thinking he's gonna retire very soon from the race. Yeah, and we have Scuba still behind Sean, not able to make a maneuver.
I'm just looking at Hamilton, and if he wants to, he can basically do 2 stops. He's that quick.
He can do 2 stops and he can make a fastest lap of the race. Well, he's still not safe. You need to have 22 seconds, and now Sean goes a little bit wide, and Scuba and Sean touch a little bit. But nothing too major. Scuba goes a little bit wide.
It's not really a 2-car corner.
No, it's not. No way. And,
I don't think that's just I think showing that expecting to be there, to be honest.
Yeah, but nothing major happened. It wasn't so serious. Nobody lost 1 wings or anything.
Yeah, Scuba gets a great exit.
Yeah, now we are waiting that the maneuver is going to be sticky. He has the better line. He has the DRS. He has the track advantage. He has the inside line advantage. And yes, we saw Scuba taking P6 from Sean. And now he's trying to catch Fertista. Oh, Fertista has not still done a pit stop. Yeah, he's still out.
Very good on his tires.
But he's gonna lose so much time. He's gonna rejoin behind Alexi now in P11. So yeah, well maybe he's realizing that tires are still good and he's keeping up with Lennon. And and he's out. Fertista's out. As I was saying, he's out. He lost his counter corner. He touched the curb and he's out of the race.
Gets a bit greedy with his tyre. So
that's the race over. 0 points from the race and move on to the next one. And now we have still Sean behind Scuba. So this might...
8th as well now.
Yeah.
I didn't really see the top 8 changing.
Scuba 6 points behind Whisket in the championship. You get 4 points from P8, you get 10 points from P5, so it's still gonna be advantage for Whisket by 1 point if these guys are gonna finish in these positions. And we have Sean who opens his DRS but can't get close enough in the straight line. We have Be Smooth and Charles fighting with each other, but I want to follow this top 5 battle. Quick question now that there's not much action in the track. What is your favorite moment from real life in this track and in the game in this track? You can choose any game, your best memory, and in real life, best memory from Spain track.
Grosjean.
I mean, from all the years, if you can choose from like 19... still. From 1990 to 2018.
Grosjean is the next Maldonado. Calling that now.
Alright, I'm gonna say my best memory. Gabriel is spinning! Gabriel is spinning! He's spinning again!
That's not a bit...
No, but he's gonna lose P1. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose P1. He's gonna lose. He's not gonna stay in P1. But if these guys crash, we might have Lennon who's gonna win the race. I'm actually hoping that Gabriel is gonna lose the position. We might have a battle for P1. I'm actually hoping because there has to be always battle for P1. And now Impulsive Race is coming. He sees his opportunity. He's licking his mouth. He's drinking water. He's gonna be able to make the maneuver stick. Yes, he is, and he's taking P1. And okay, Gabriel is 3 tenths behind, but I said it's not enough. It's not enough for him to take P1, but we'll see. Is he gonna be greedy or not? He's gonna be
look at him.
Yeah, but other one has ABS, other one has medium, other one doesn't. So
Just
we'll
look
take.
at Rip.
Okay, it's over. It's over. Oh, they touch! They touch! They touch also. Gabriel is very.
He did wait. He did wait and let him up right. It wasn't.
Yeah, they lost so much time. I don't know, did Gabriel get a front wing damage for that or not? It's
No,
gonna
I
be
think
difficult
Gabriel did wait. He could have just drove off.
Oh, very good. They're defending from.
I don't know why Impulse is fighting this. I wouldn't fight this. You still got.
No, I would fight definitely. You're battling for P1. You would fight for that definitely.
Come on, boys, keep this tidy.
Come on, guys, fight. Of course you need to fight. It's for the fucking win. You're not giving up a second place, even though you have all the tires. We want to see the fight.
Even when you're on the pads.
Yeah, you have to fight because it's always win. And it's winning. Yeah, I think he has a fun wing damage. He has fun wing damage. But like Ayrton Senna said, Ayrton Senna said once, we are competing to win. That's his saying. You have to always fight for the win. It doesn't matter what tires you have. You have fucking 30 lap old tires. Somebody has 2 lap first tires. You're always fighting to the last point. And he's taking soft tires.
Lennon's ghosting. I think Lennon's just checking penalties.
Yeah, checking penalties, and he moves to P3 now. So podium says it's very.
Puts Scuba Sheldon to 4th as well. There we go. Impulse. Crucially gets out for the mate. So he's really trying to fight his way back through.
Yeah.
He's going to get us 4th.
Yeah, and we have Gabriel and Lennon now 3 seconds behind of Gabriel. That's very good. And Tekken takes 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And
yeah, Tekken down in P14.
Yeah. And now we have Impulsive Racer behind Sean. It's he will be making the maneuver stick maybe, but we don't know that it's very difficult to overtake in this track. It's
I'm expecting a fastest lap in a minute from Gabriel.
Yeah, the new lap record maybe. Who knows?
Probably will be.
I have a theory. I think that Gabriel, because he's Venezuelan, I think he's Maldonado.
Oh wait, there you go.
119.3, brilliant. I think it's Pastor Maldonado driving because he's Venezuelan. I think it's Maldonado driving. He has the Maldonado helmet. He has the.
He's Venezuelan, isn't he?
He's Venezuelan, yes he is. He's really in Venezuela. At least he uses the flag, so. And he has the Venezuelan helmet, so yeah.
There you go, Impulsive. Getting the slipstream.
Now Impulsive Racer, he overtook, and our son just lifted off. He's thinking about Maddie and Whisker catching him. And now Scuba he will be taking the championship lead if he's gonna finish in P4, but he's gonna stay in second if he's
got a fight in his hands.
Chris Logan says that he's gonna be looking forward to watch Gabriel in Division 1. Yes, we are all, you know.
Whiskey's been on those tyres for a long time as well. I don't know if he's gonna be able to last them.
Yeah.
I don't know what lap he pitted in. I'm gonna check quickly. What time?
And I'm following Impulsive Racer on Scuba.
Lap 9 will skip pitted in.
Yeah, and now we have Impulsive Racer 5 tenths behind Scuba.
Oh, it's a penalty though.
And Impulsive Racer.
I'm pretty sure he's got 2 penalties.
6 seconds for the penalties. I will check after he makes the overtake stick on Scuba, or if he makes a stick.
Yeah, he's got 2 penalties. Scuba has 2 warnings.
And now Impulsive Racer opens the DRS or into a drop, but he opens the DRS, is wide behind him. Is he going to be able to make the maneuver stick? Scuba is not even defending.
Yeah. If Scuba knows he's got penalties, then Scuba will just follow him.
Yeah, it is. And
so Impulse needs to drive very quickly now.
Yeah, and yeah, Scuba is going to be losing time. There might be a potential fight between Sean and Scuba in the end. There are 5 laps to go in the race. It's been a very decent race so far. We had a lot of fights, we had a lot of crashes, we've had a lead changes, we had a fight between the win for 2-3 seconds, we had a battle for every single position. It's been again a brilliant race in Circuit de Catalunya. this track shows even though it's hard to overtake, you can still overtake if you try it. You can still have great fights here. It's not only a Mickey Mouse track where you can't overtake. It's so much more. And yeah, now Scuba is losing time and Sean is losing time to Scuba. There is no potential fight at the moment. Well, Impulsive Racer now, he can't even open his DRS now. It's not this 1.1 seconds, and now I think he's gonna pull away. And Lennon 5.6 seconds behind Pavlovic. If Pavlovic can make 4.6 seconds.
I think Lennon might have a penalty though.
I'm gonna check actually. If he has, then
yeah, he does.
Okay. So 3 seconds. So he needs 1.1. Okay, how much does he actually need? He needs 7
He needs to be underneath 2 seconds.
Do you get 3? So you get 2 second penalties here, not 3 seconds. You get 2 seconds here.
Yeah, you get 3 seconds, but Sharon's got 4, so he needs to be under 2 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's how the math goes.
Yeah. And Gabriel is just pulling away from everybody else now.
Yeah, but he's just driving and driving and driving.
Yeah,
the alien that he is.
Yeah. Now, actually, because there's no potential fights, we will follow the leader. He's not got a much TV spot now, but now we will see Scuderia Ferrari 2017 version on television. We will see all the sponsors. We will see Santander. We will see everybody else sponsors. So Ferrari car gets really good sponsors now. We have that Santander.
I'm watching Gabriel's lap. See what makes him quick.
Well, what makes him quick is no assist and a lot of practice. That's what makes him quick, actually. And
see what makes a perfect lap with Gabriel.
Yep, and my best memory from Spain, I remember the classic fight between Maldonado and Fernando Alonso in 2012. Pastor Maldonado taking pole position. He lost his position in the race in lap 17 or 18, I remember, and then he made an undercut on Alonso, and Alonso had Alonso made an undercut on Maldonado tried, but he had a lapped car ahead, so Maldonado came ahead, and because of that straight line speed, he won the race. That's a very good memory, and of course Kimi Raikkonen finishing in third. Another good memory is 1991, Nigel Mansell against Ayrton Senna, side by side, which caused that Ayrton Senna spun and Nigel Mansell won the race, but it's first time Catalonia was held in that track, held in the Formula 1 calendar. And very good memories, of course, from here. And of course from 2017, Kimi, Bottas and Max Verstappen crashing out, and that little Thomas boy crying. That was when they took him to the Ferrari pit. Then he was smiling when he saw his hero in the shiny armor. Yeah, we have a game. Of course, we had this year's Spanish Grand Prix where Hamilton just dominated from lap 1 to lap 66, which reminds me of one episode from Star Wars when Revenge of the Sith, that Palpatine said, "Execute Order 66." Very good memories, of course. And actually no battles. 1.1 seconds between Whiskey and Maddie. Maybe potential fight for P7. Who knows? No. 7.1 between Lennon and Pavlovic. So yeah, he might be safe almost soon. He's gonna be safe. If he's gonna make one mistake, Pavlovic is gonna be one mistake. It's not safe. And yeah. Whiskey is not closing down that much. He says the gap stays the same.
Yeah, he's been on those tires since lap 9.
Yeah, so good driving, but you know that hearts will only get better when they get born. So even though if they're 65, they're still capable of driving.
Got no fuel either. Matty's got no fuel.
Yeah. And this race has been a real slobber knocker, as you may have heard that JR said once. He said so many times in WWE, it has been a very good race. I was a bit surprised how good race this actually was. And now we enter lap 32 from lap 33. We have Gabriel already in the finishing sector 1, 14 seconds to second place. But yeah, we'll see how they're going to be ending.
DRS.
Yeah, but we'll have to see will Gabriel have any penalties coming after that maneuver or not. We'll have to see after the race. No, yeah, he has the same
Matty's
age.
struggling. Matty's struggling. Wiskett is closing. Is he getting interested?
Yeah, he's closing down a lot. He's now only 4 tenths behind. Which could be a brilliant fight for P7. And he's following him. Wiskett is wide behind Matty. They come to the corner. And Son is wide ahead of him. Maybe if Son makes one mistake, it will make potential for Wiskett or Matty to move one position. Who knows? This is
I think Sharon has a penalty.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. We'll see after the race. There's still one lap to go after this, and is Wiskett going to be able? He's going to die bomb. No, he's not. We haven't seen many overtakes. Yeah, we haven't seen many overtakes in that corner. Everybody backing out from that corner, and he's now very close. Might be done in the next DRS zone, and yeah, Wiskett he follows in third gear in the chicane. And he opens his DRS. He takes all the slipstream he can. Matty defends the inside line as very smartly he does because it's final lap, it's for point scoring position. He moves back to the racing line, which means he can move back to the inside line. And yeah, Wiskett wasn't close enough to try to maneuver yet. But are we going to see a battle for P7? Is Wiskett gonna try? No, he's not. He's gonna be waiting until his last chance. He's in that straight line. He's gonna dive bomb him here. No, he is not. We're gonna go follow. Have Gabriel.
Matty has a penalty.
Yeah, Gabriel is coming to the final corners. He's driving the. He's been leading since lap 1. And Gabriel, you are a race winner. You won. He's winning the Spanish Grand Prix. As Palovic will finish second and without any incidents, and the Impossible Racer is right behind Gabriel. The two Toronto drivers, but both have penalties, I think. I'm gonna see this battle how it's gonna go. Is Lennon gonna keep able to keep the final position or not? Impossible Racer came close without that crash with Gabriel. It would have been possible, but Lennon takes the first podium of the season. He's very happy as Lennon finishes in third and Impossible Racer fourth. Very important points for Toro team. And we have and we have Scuba finishing in fourth. Impossible Racer had so many penalties that Scuba finished fourth. Sean finished sixth.
The Sharon's a single penalty last it. Sharon, no! Sharon!
And
Sharon's just got a penalty last corner.
Yeah, and
it just bumped up Wiskett to 6th.
Yeah, it has been
My
really...
attempt, Wiskett. Sharon has just got a warning on the last corner, just gave him a penalty to put him down in 6th position.
That was a...
They put him down on 7th, it should be 6th. That is a big shame.
Well, still good points, 6 points is still good. You still draw a good race, you get an important points, and it can be very crucial in the end that you at least finished in the points. But yeah, very good race. I would rate this race 8.5 out of 10. It had very good battles, it had very good script changes, as I would say, and Matthijs Turk riding Wiskett up to P6, damn. And as we see the podium now, we see the Venezuelan driver very happy in the podium. We have a Force Indians also driver. We have Lennon, who's in first time in the podium this season. Last time Lennon was in podium was last season's USA race where he finished 3rd place. So very big gap between when Lennon finished in the podium. So enjoy this, mate. That champagne is going to taste very, very tasty in the podium. As you know, they use real alcohol. It's not a Muslim country. That's real alcohol for you. And yeah, Gabriel P1, Palovic P2, Lennon P3, Scuba P4, Impulsive Racer P5, Wiskett P6, Sean P7, Alexi P8, Matty P9, Beesmooth P10, Charles P11, Matt P12, Tekken P13, Stone P14, Hamnes P15. Then we have our retirements, and we have Marco Boy, who's P18 after he was P6 at one point. And quick driver of the day. Who is your driver of the day? I'm gonna say Palovic. No, I'm gonna say, yeah, Sao Paulo, because he started P7, he finished P2. I'm giving it to Sao Paulo. Drive of the day.
Yeah, I'll go to Sal as well.
And Miracles, thank you for joining with me tonight. It was a real pleasure to race with you. And we saw a brilliant race tonight. Thank you everybody who followed our races. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. We are named TUF TV. We have 6 times a week these races. Imagine 6 times a week. This is nothing that any other league does. We have only 1 day off, so you get entertainment around the week, 24/7. And tomorrow we'll be joining back in Division 1, where the track is Canada. Me and Merkles will be racing. And thank you for everybody for joining. Please subscribe. See you and peace. Bye bye.
See you later.
And